1.7. Describe the situations in which A, B scans and phase and sector scans would be used and the reason for the use of each. So I've got each of those four explained in the following slide. I've given a brief description of each. So I'm just going to talk about them briefly. So an amplitude scan is a scan that cannot display an image such as we're familiar with an ultrasound. However, A scans use a single transducer to display a series of spikes related to the depth of the boundary from which the wave is reflected. So that's what we learned in our previous slide, that the wave can be reflected back to transducer and that these can be in the form of peaks in this scan. A brightness scan collects the same information but records it in a series of dots rather than peaks. The brightness of the dot is proportional to the signal strength. A sector scan is a two-dimensional version of a B scan and produce a wedge-shaped scan or image that is seen in fetal scans. It recognizes where the echo is coming from in a two-dimensional place and has the capacity to record different echoes, both strong and weak. So a phase scan is a phase of a wave that is measured during the wave cycle, and that is particular point between space and time. And then these echoes can be deflected in terms of its amplitude, brightness, and phase. So when we're looking at each of these scans, you need to know that the amplitude scan shows peaks, so looking at the waves such as shown in an oscilloscope. Brightness is shown as dots, and the strength of the dot is proportional to the signal strength. Sector scan is a 2D dimensional scan of a B scan, while phase is looking at the wave cycles of the waves that is being produced and detecting the amplitude, brightness of those, or the phase of those waves. Okay, so just writing these notes can also give you where they'll be used for each, such as the amplitude scan for a gallbladder or urinary bladder, and B scan are used to investigate internal organs in cross section. So there's just a bit of a brief example of where these would be used and the reason for each.